George Washington and a guy by the name of Pierre Lafont. He helped George Washington, or he designed forts for George Washington during the Revolution. They right up here, and this is an apple pear orchard, and basically they decide to fake for the Capitol. It's a monument waiting to happen, and that's what this is. The original building is to the left, and right of the domes you see the little mini cupolas, the little round cups of saucers right there. So that is the original building. As the nation grows, so does the building. So it's about 750 feet wide, 350 feet long, to the basement, to the top of Freedom. And right underneath those columns, there's some steps. There's 365 steps to get right up there, just below Freedom right there. Inside the dome, you'll see a thing called the Apotheosis of Washington. We raise Washington to a rank of regard. That's what that means. He's holding hands with victory and fame. 13 other ladies surround him. Excuse me. We have the Dome in the Vatican and the Capitol taxes. Those are the only two bigger domes than that, so we can hold the Statue of Liberty inside there. We use this place to celebrate Abraham Lincoln, Rosa Parks, Gerald Ford, Senator Henry Clay. I mean, just numerous people. Two of the Capitol Police officers were gunned down in 1999. They were inside the dome. So it's a place where we celebrate, where we cry, and it's neutral territory for both parties. So you have the Democrats, Republicans underneath the dome, and just friends. The flag that's flying in front of the Capitol building, this is called the West Front. Ronald Reagan starts the tradition of being sworn in right here on the West Front. One, because of aesthetics. Two, because we have more room. But the flag has been officially flown in front of the Capitol since 1894. So you have this is the West Front, and you have one on the East Front. There ever comes a day where you don't see a flag flying over that Capitol building for an extended period of time, this is no longer the United States. So your country has been taken over. The flag to the right is the House of Representatives. You have girl power in there. Nancy Pelosi, she runs as the first female Speaker of the House right there. I know they're in session because of the flag that's flying over there on the building. Their offices is over there with that other flag is. There's two more other offices as well. But Nancy has the only distinction of having an office in this building. So that's the south. Freedom is facing east. This is west. And then over here to your north, the far house is the Senate. They've been there since about 1860. Harry Reid is in charge of that, two senators per state. And those two houses we call a bicameral legislature. And when you combine them, you call it Congress. So they've been doing that thing here since November of 1800. Where you're standing on right now, we had our 4th of July celebration. I don't know if you've seen it, but the stage was right here in this spot where you're standing. Because they were facing the Capitol, and then behind us, you know, that's the mall, that's the world's largest museum complex, the Washington Monument, the Lincoln Memorial, and then to your south is the Jefferson Memorial. To your north of the Washington Monument is the White House. Pierre Lafont, he has a huge ego. I'm always right, you're wrong kind of a guy. And that would get him in trouble. But what he would do, he would have foresight beyond sight. And what happens here is that's a big cross, the way that's laid out. And then what we do, or what we're supposed to do if we follow his plan, memorials and monuments that come up, we put in within those 5 elements of a cross right there. So as we get things here in the district, we'll put things right around those 5 elements. Not to overpower them. They'll always be low-lying, but thoughtful and graceful in its presence around the 5 elements. And you'll see what I'm talking about as we move on tonight further and further into our journey.